Hi, and this will be daily video 97 if I'm not mistaken, and I wanted to show you something that, well, it's not exactly my idea, but I just want to explain it and how I put it together. It's kind of a mix of several ideas. There's some chance that actually some people actually play it exactly like I'm describing, but I think a lot of people have difficulties with takeout doubles, and some of them are self-inflicted. So I want to propose some very simple framework that will get rid of most of your headaches. It will cause some other headaches maybe, but I think it's more or less worth it. So what's a jump? And before we begin, where I show my way or the way I'm gonna show here, um, let's see some semi-standard way of treating takeout doubles. So one diamond double pass, and now let's say we have spades. One spade kind of shows 0 to 7, 4 plus. I'm gonna always show this as 4 plus. There are some weird hands in which maybe you have to show a 3-card spade suit, but we're gonna ignore those for the rest of this video. So with spades, one spade would show that. Two spades is kind of 8 to 10 with 4 or more, constructive. Three spades is, well, I show here 10 to 11. I think it's maybe better to describe it as 9 to 11 or 9 to 10 or so, highly invitational with 5. And 4 spade is some kind of minimum game, forcing some minimum hand with 5 3 3 2 or some 5-card major. And of course, all these points, like, they're mostly there so that you can compare the ranges. Like, you can always upgrade and downgrade, and they're not necessarily high card points. Of course, like let's say you have a 6-card major with 10 points, then you would usually jump to 4 or something like that. But all of this is kind of kept simple, and I kind of like numbers, but obviously you have hands that you would upgrade or downgrade. So it's something like this, right? But then if you have a hand like this, and your partner jumped to 2 spades, then you don't quite know what you want to do, right? So if partner has 5, then game is quite likely. If partner has 4, then you don't really want to go on. Like, we could be too high. We're probably, I mean, no, we are in a motion, and it's not very clear where we're going. So you can try to ask with 3 diamonds, but even that's gonna cause some headaches, right? So what if we try to disambiguate between 4 and 5? And the way you could do it, just like simplifying the structure, and with spades you could just say one spade is usually 4, it can be quite strong with 4, or 0 to 6 with 5. And then 2 spades would show 5, no exceptions. 3 spades would usually show 6 with sorry, it's not usually, it is actually a 6-card suit. It's kind of like a weak 2. 4 spades would then show 9 to 11. It's, let's say, a good week 2. So it just means I have a long spades and I want to play game. So that's quite nice, but what kind of a cost do we incur? So you have this one spade showing 0 to 11, right? So it means that doubler now needs to cater to this hand. I should also mention this is kind of law of total tricks based. So you assume that partner has a 3-card support, and then you bid 1 spade on 4, 2 spades on 5, 3 or 4 spades with 6. So that's quite nice. Law of total tricks is always kind of nice. You kind of reach the limit, and now the doubler can gauge, like, with that kind of strong no trumpish hand, you would probably just raise 2 spades to game and so on, right? 3 spades with any kind of a little bit better than minimum or a 4-card support or something, you would just kick it into game. But then what do we do without a major, right? So with a major, like obviously with hearts you would do the exact same thing. I just kept it to spades just to keep the discussion simple. Without a major, then 2 clubs would show, go away. 2 clubs would show more or less 0 to 11, 4 plus. you would have a bunch of problem hands there, but it's clubs, so who cares? Three clubs would be usually a 6 card suit, even maybe a good 5 card suit or something, and depending also on your style. I like to double one diamond also with a doubleton club if I have nothing better to do. So 3 clubs. I would prefer to keep it to a 6 card suit. This is quite strict, so it would mean maybe that we're overloading 2 clubs. But on the other hand, you also have 1 no trump and 2 no trump. If you have longish clubs and the diamond stop, then you can do this. Maybe even like a half stop, but yeah, it's all up to you. Of course, I can't give you more bidding room than you have, so that's definitely true. So we need to disentangle after a 1 major, because 1 major, as mentioned before, it shows 0 to 11, so then doubler needs to pay attention to that. So pass would show like a sub minimum with 4, or most hands with 3. So now it's kind of like this robot bidding or so, where you're just gonna get out as soon as possible. So after 1 spade, we're very likely in a 4-3. So you just pass with most doubles with 3. Just pass, and you usually didn't miss game. 2 spades is kind of like 13-15 with a fit, so it's kind of like a sound minimum takeout double already raises. 3 spades would be quite invitational, so 16 to 18 with a 4-card fit. And 4 spades, probably not super strong. Maybe it's shape based also. It depends a little, but you're basically, I mean, your partner is forced to pass after 4 spades, more or less. So maybe with this 11 or whatever, but mostly I would just pass. So you just need to keep that in mind with 4 spades. Again, this is quite low total trick space, so it also means that now if third hand wants to show something, they really need to bid over 2 spades rather than 1 spade. So some, I don't know, some longish clubs that didn't want to show themselves the first round, now they're going to be a bit stuck. Now this comes at a cost, obviously. Wait, what is this? Did I just repeat the same slide? I'm sorry about that. I don't know. So it's kind of similar to passed hand or best hand bidding. So you're just raising if you think that game still has a shot. So partner basically says, I have a passed hand with 4 spades. So there's this downside that I mentioned, that maybe we're getting a little too high. So now it means that if we're raising on 13 to 15 with a fit, then sometimes we might be able to, they might be able to catch us. So if responder has this hand, like short diamonds, both majors, and they pass first and see what we're doing, and now we foolishly raised our partner to 2 spades, and now they're gonna penalize us in 2 spades rather than 1 spade. That's true. So well done. I'm not gonna say this is not gonna happen, but so there's not so many ops that would do this. So I mean, maybe I'm now kind of exploiting opponents who don't do this, but it is simply the case at the moment that not so many opponents pass like this. So it's not so easy for them. It just simply will not happen that often. I mean, maybe now that this video comes out, then people will start doing it to me. But yeah, well done. This is one thing that I would say, that it just simply doesn't seem to happen that often. And it's also, from their point of view, it's kind of hard to catch up without redouble. So if they do redouble first, then they will be able to look for 3 no trump and so on. And if they pass and then double, maybe it's not so clear. If they have this hand or some 4-card spades but not 4 hearts or so, so it's I wouldn't say it's like all wins passing that hand. On the other hand, I would say I would usually pass that hand, because I like to show that redouble I like to have as 4+ heart, and then pass and double would show something like this. So it's kind of like a penalty pass, like it's the equivalent of redouble and double later. But yeah, I'm not playing against myself that often, so it's not such a big deal. On the other hand, I would also say, like, at least we're in a 4 forfeit here, so they're gonna penalize us, but we're in a 4 forfeit on the 2 level, so it's also not that awful. And maybe they're missing 3 no trump and they're getting plus 300 or something, and and maybe we're still fine. I'm adding almost always because, like I said, fourth hand, so advancer sometimes bids one spade on three. But yeah, there's no perfect solution. And at least we didn't jump to two spades, right? So sometimes the exact same situation will happen, and partner will jump the old style, will jump to two spades with some 8 count, right? And then we're in a 4-3 fit, and now responder can double, and now they're doubling us on the 2 level rather than on the 1 level. So it's also a little weird, right? Now, what about the cubid? I'm gonna suggest something very simple. It's a little European or Northern European or so, which is either it's 4-4 in the majors or a strong hand. So it's kind of like a semi-problem hand type if you have this both majors and you can't show both at the same time. So you might as well do like 2 diamonds first, and then doubler can act accordingly, kind of. Over these 2 diamonds, 2 hearts or 2 spades by doubler would just show the better major. So 2 spades would always be 4, and 2 hearts would be maybe sometimes 3. But yeah, that causes some problems, but I also can't fix everything here. So it could also be some strong hand, and that strong hand just bids over partners to of a major. Again, there will be some awkwardness, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm saying no need for forcing on the suit agreement. You may or may not agree with that, but basically, if you can bid the strongish hand with a 4-card major on the 1 level, then you don't really have so many weird hands where you really need this forcing onto suit agreements. I would say either this intermediate, like kind of constructive hand with 4-4 on the majors, or something really strong. And yeah, now further discussion what to do over one of a major double. Over 1 heart, I would say keep the same exact structure. So with spades are the interesting denomination, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, just the same. 4, it can be strong-ish with 4, but everything else is just law of total tricks. And 1 heart double past 2 hearts here. I would say some minors-oriented awkward hand. So that's something where you need to discuss a little. But I would say like doubler. If doubler bids 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, that should just be scrambling. Maybe 2 no trump scrambling, and that's showing a 5-card suit. And of course, if doubler has some 15-16 count, then we're gonna force the game somehow. Yeah, and this will still keep the same spirit from the 1 diamond double or 1 club double, that structure. So 4, 5, 6. Couldn't get much simpler than that, right? Okay, but after 1 spade double, it gets a little awkward, right? So we want to keep the same structure. It's just that we don't have 1 heart and 2 heart available. So I would say 2 hearts is usually 4. 3 hearts should still show 5. You don't want to be in a 4-3 fit if you don't have to. And 4 hearts would be 5, but some opening values are compensated by a 6th heart or so. But the question is, what do you do with 10 plus with 4 hearts? So you can't really keep 2 hearts 0 to 11. And you can't really raise 2 hearts to 3 just because you have, I don't know, 13 count. You're not going to raise 2 hearts to 3. That's a little too sick even for me. So for that, why don't we just use 2 spades for that? It's 10 plus, often with 4 hearts. And then the question is, how do you follow this up? Should doubler now bid for 3 hearts whenever doubler has 4? But then sometimes advancer doesn't have this 4 hearts, and now you get into this weird thing that we're looking for a minor and we're looking for hearts, and we're already at 2 spades. So here is where I learned this trick recently from Mats Nilsland, I think, from Sweden. And there's a very good book. You should check it out. It used to be free. Now I think it's cost like I don't know, €10 or something. But this is the one trick that I really like, and this is the 4 hearts 2 no trump convention. So here, after one spade double pass two spades, two non-trump by doubler shows four hearts. This is important. You have a takeout double with four hearts and it's forcing. Three of a minor denies four hearts, non-forcing and scrambling. So doubler just bids their better minor. And three hearts would then show that actually, oh, I wanted to double and bid hearts. So I'm actually have like 17 plus or something with 5 plus hearts. So now this kind of handles this, and over this two no trump, again, the responder can just try to scramble, like try to find a better fit with three over minor. So I don't have four hearts. I know that now my partner does have four hearts, but I don't. So now I bid three over minor, and we're trying to find a decent fit on the 3 level. So wait, I had another slide. Is it here? Oh yeah, it's here. Okay. Ah yeah. Then let's go through this as well. So this, you can repurpose this two no trump also here. So if you have hearts, partner doubled one spade, and now they raised the two spades, and now you can just keep the same exact idea. Three hearts shows 5, four hearts also 5, and then two no trump. You can still use it for like minors or maybe good bad, or you can use it for whatever. You can also make some transfers, but yeah, make sure to discuss with your partner. But then double, you can just keep double the same exact hand as before. With as in the previous slide, right? So here with two spade was 10 plus often with four hearts, and then here you can do the exact same thing. Double shows 10 plus often with four hearts, and now doubler can revert to the same structure. Two no trump shows four hearts, over which 3 over minor will still be scrambling. And although here maybe you don't need it, but if you have two no trump for that, but yeah, just discuss. You can still double with all kinds of scrambling hands. And then doubler bidding 3 over minor just shows denies 4 hearts, non-forcing scrambling, and these 3 hearts would now show this strong hand 5 plus hearts. Every now and then you even find a slam like that. And then just some example hands. Let's say doubler has this hand. You might say that should have been a 2 diamond overcall. I would say not necessarily. Double. I like double better, and it's becoming expert standard as well. And our responder has this kind of a weakish but still competitive hand with hearts and diamonds. And now before it was double 2 spades 3 hearts. You kind of want to show hearts, so why not do it here? If you have this 4 hearts 2 on trump, or at least you agree that double often has 4 hearts, then you can get out in 3 diamonds. And I mean, you can say like that, well, I mean, you just need to know how to play these Moisen fits, but at least I think you will agree that 3 diamonds is easier to play than 3 hearts. And especially if hearts are not 3-3, it's not going to be an easy contract, no matter how good your declarer play. And then finally, you can also use it here. 1 spade pass, pass double, 2 spades. Now some people play that double there from second hand as penalty. I think it's a little too restrictive. So you can just play the exact same structure. 3 hearts, 4 hearts showing 5. 2 non-trump is some scrambling or something. You can decide. You can use it even as good bad. I'm not a big fan of good bad 2 non-trump, but here maybe it makes sense. Although maybe also not. But it's up to you. Double would often have 4 hearts, and the follow-up's the exact same thing. So this will... sorry, just a sec. Yeah, sorry, got distracted a little bit there, but yeah, that's basically it. And the main point is, don't jump on 4-card suit. Just bid 2 spades with 5, 3 spades with 6, 4 spades with some long suit, and if you think it's enough for game, and this will save you a lot of headaches. Remember that 4 hearts, 2 no trump will save you a lot of headaches as well there, over 1 spade double. And that's about it. Yeah, don't jump on a 4-card suit. Don't say like, oh yeah, I can play Mojans very well. I mean, maybe you can, but sometimes they just break 4-2, and Usually they break for two, and uh, it will take a lot of good declarer play to make up for it. I don't know. At least for me, this makes sense, and I usually try to convince my partners to play this way. It's probably, if I'm being completely honest, it's probably not optimal, but it's definitely very simple, and it will save a lot of problems and a lot of headaches. So yeah, go ahead, try it. It wasn't 14 minutes, but I didn't say it out loud, so it doesn't count. Good luck with this, and see you tomorrow.